my dad's backyard right now, and his property backs down into this valley, which is just out this way. I've filmed quite a few videos here now. Here is where I filmed my first out and goods review. This is where I set up my hammock between these trees. That's my little fire pit. Some of you might vaguely recognize that. So I've been here for a while now. Really good, I don't know, 2 or 3 years maybe. I'm gonna be filming today's video on the GoPro, which I don't normally do. Something a bit different. I'll chuck on the head mount because I'm about to start climbing down a little rock scramble. This rope is still hanging on. Ancient rope now. My dad put this in when I was a kid. This is my favorite thing to go down. When I was younger, I used to come down here with all my friends. This is how we'd spend our weekends, scrambling down into the valley, and then we take down Nerf guns and pretend we were fighting in the Vietnam War. And we'd always fall down in this exact spot, so some things never change. We're meant to be going down there, but I'm going to quickly show you something up this way from my childhood. This is the cave where I'd always hang out as a kid. Dragged a bunch of shit down here when I was a kid. No walking beyond this point. It's written in blood. Ooh. I think I was trying to build some kind of fort. Oh, here we go. All my supplies are still here. I can't believe I lugged all this crap down here. It's been such a pain in the ass. Got the lunchbox. We got any snacks in here? Oh, what the? Maybe Dad left this here. What else we got? Oh, yep. This is my old billy. There's a spot just behind me, right here. It always drips, just there. And I'd put this here and collect water. My dad used to make old animal sculpture thingies and paint them. He used to work at the Botanic Gardens, and he'd make these, and then he'd set them all up around the Botanic Gardens for kids to find in like little Easter egg hunts. And then whoever found all the animals won a prize. I'll leave that all there to sit and rot for another 10 years. That concludes the tour of my little cave. So tonight, I've got the hammock with me, which I haven't slept in so long. It's been a good few years. I've got my underquilt with me, but no sleeping bag, so I'm a little cautious of getting cold tonight. In saying that, I'm absolutely drenched in sweat right now. It's very hot, but when you get down into this valley, it cools off pretty fast. I always love this bit that we're coming up to now. This is where it sort of opens up a bit more. It's a lot less painful to traverse. And here we are at the bottom of the valley. This tree here has a bit of a funny story behind it. You can see that rope going all the way to the top of it. We'd always walk up this trunk like a tightrope while holding onto that rope. I remember coming down here one day with 2 friends, Aiden and Brendan. Aiden and I made it up, and we always stand on that platform when you get to the top, and then you watch the next person walk up. And then Brendan was last to go up, and he had a little wobble, he had a little moment, and then Aiden and I looked at each other, and we were joking like, oh, it'd be really bad if you fell, eh? And next moment he just flies over the edge, and we just hear a massive thud below. We thought he died. Like, might not get out on the footage, but it's a pretty considerable drop, and the rocks below are not something you really want to fall onto. He was fine though, no injuries. I don't know how he managed to walk away unharmed. And up the top here on this shelf, I used to store all my Nerf guns. I particularly remember this massive sniper rifle that a friend gave me. I absolutely loved that gun, and this was like the little sniper nest. I don't know where it's gone now. I don't know, Maybe Dad came down and picked it all up so there wasn't just rubbish sitting about. There's probably a few Nerf gun fossils sitting in the bushes around here. Oh my God. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like millions of flies. As I was walking through, I had my mouth open, I just caught like a giant swath of them in my mouth. There she is. It's my old bushcraft bed. I can't believe it's still standing, to be honest. So I made this a couple of years ago. Came down here and I really wanted to try my shot at bushcraft. And made this stupid little thing. It was actually really comfy though. My mission was to get up off the ground away from the leeches, and it was quite comforting being up on a raised bed. It's a bit wobbly, but other than that, it was all right. It's honestly rock solid, like, well, not rock solid, but it's a lot sturdier than I was expecting. I don't know how much these sticks have rotted away though. Oh, there's a bit of a crack. That right there's the workmanship of Ryan Wersman. Oh, fuck. Don't bother with IKEA, just come to Ryan Wersman. I'll fix you up a proper good bed, mate. Oh my God, I'm just drenched in sweat. Seriously, it's like I've just stepped out of a river or like a pool or something. Like, I'm just wet all over. I don't do well in the heat. Hence why I don't make videos in the summer. In saying that, I don't make videos at all at the moment, but don't worry about that. And then up in here, just above the bed, got this cool little cave. Camped in here a couple times. Had a fire pit just there. Here's my beating sticks, which I use to hammer pegs into the ground. Not a bad view, hey? My dad sometimes sets up trail cams down here, and he said that mainly you get a lot of quolls on the cameras, but he said at one time he actually saw a couple walking through this valley on the cameras, and they saw the camera and waved at it, which is pretty interesting because this place isn't remote. Like, it's obviously the back of like a residential area, but it's really tough to get down here unless you go down the very specific trail that we've made. Like, it's just sheer, it's a sheer cliff. Look at that, you can't walk down that. Anyway, oh, almost forgot my GoPro head mount. Brand new. Oh, by the way, I don't know where I'm going, like where I'm camping. Like, I could just go here, but I've already been here, so gonna keep going, try and find something cool. So, fun fact, this little cave right here, it's where I had my first kiss. Right there. Oh! Shit! This is my acrobat training. I'm a very uncoordinated man. If any of you know me personally, you know how much I fall over and drop things. I'm generally just a very clumsy person. So, in many ways, the bush is not made for me. Oh, this place is so pretty. There's no light coming through here right now, so the scene looks a bit flat. But geez, when you've got like some golden light coming in through the trees just there and scattering amongst the ferns, it looks beautiful. I'm perfect. Whew, I think I might wash my face in this water down here. I think I might camp here tonight. This is all right. So I'm just gonna find 2 trees for my hammock, preferably with a nice view of the waterfall there. More of a water trickle at the moment, but anyway. I'm thinking I'd like to go between this tree just here and that tree there. And then I'll have a nice view of the waterfall. Got my food bag, got my toiletries, my trusty scarf, my top, and where's the hammock? Did I pack the hammock? This could be bad. Here it is. All right. And then that right there is the underquilt. We'll do a Siberian hitch on this end. That is the best knot to know. Learn the Siberian hitch. That is the knot that I use 99% of the time. That looks pretty cool. Anyway, we've got our guy line here, 15 meters, which is very overkill. I always carry more rope than I need though. But I'm gotta tell you, it is such a pain in the ass when you come to a spot like this, which is so narrow, and you've gotta walk around all these trees getting tangled with 15 meters of paracord. It's not fun. It's about to get tangled on everything, and I'm about to swear a lot off camera. Oh, I haven't used the out and tarp in a long time. She's been sitting on the shelf. I've been using the DD 4x4 a lot more just because of the size. It's very fun to play with. It's like honestly very inconvenient. Like if you're in a genuine survival situation, I'd probably suggest a 3x3. It's the good middle ground. Oh, there we go. That's our home for the night. Not too bad. I'll show you something else in my setup, which I've really been loving. It is this American Army, I think it's World War II, map satchel or a map case. So it's got like a hard back here. You can see it's completely straight. It's like an emergency bag. So if I, for whatever reason, needed to downsize, ditch that pack with all that stuff, I could grab this. It's got fire starting stuff. It's got a basic food. It's got a book, journal. It's got all my cooking equipment. And then it's got this backup canteen. So it's just like a little mini go bag pretty much. Of course the dunny rolls. Really like this, and then I just shove that in the bag, and it's kind of like a divider. You just know where everything is. Hey, pretty much first go. I'm really happy with this, to be honest. Whenever I've come down into this forest for a camp, it's been like 30 minutes minimum to get the fire going. The last video I filmed here, I think it was 2 hours of off-camera struggle to get it going, and even then it was just like a really shit fire. So it's kind of nice to have a little point of reference like that to see where you've improved on things. You know, in the years that I've been getting out and camping a lot, all feels pretty much the same. I don't feel like I'm getting better or worse or anything like that. But then there's a sort of a moment like this where you're like, oh yeah, I am learning things when I'm out here. It's cool. Once the fire gets strong enough, you can pretty much just shove it all that way without it going out. And then you'll have access to all the coals underneath that are really good for cooking. So we'll just give that a bit more time, and food will be on the way soon. All right, I've got something a little funky to eat, which I'm sure many of you will recoil at. It's Spam and pineapple slices. Have a little nibble, raw. Yeah, so that's really shit. Oi, oi! Woohoo! Bit of a flambe going on here. All right, so continuing on with the recipe. Don't worry, we don't put the pineapple into the pan. That's so good. This is actually the first time that I've had turkey spam. I usually just have the regular spam. This one tastes considerably more like normal food. It tastes a little less plastic and weird. In terms of nutrition, it's obviously not the best for you, but when you're walking a lot, the spam will give you a really nice salt sodium hit, and then the pineapple will give you some sugar. So it's kind of like a nice, I don't know, energy food. That's probably a lot of shit. I'm not a dietitian, but it tastes good, so that's all that matters, right? And then when you're done, you've got a nice beverage, pineapple juice. I'm actually going to add some water to it so that I can enjoy it for longer. There we go. My lunch recommendation is turkey spam with pineapple rings, and then finish it all off with some pineapple water. Oh, that's refreshing. Swim time. Shit. Alright, screw it. We're going into the water. The water is really fucking cold. Oh! Oh. Fuck! We've got to dip the balls. You haven't really had a swim if you haven't dipped the balls. Oh. Okay. That was actually quite lovely. I'm already hot again. So I think that's telling us something. A second crusade into the water. Hey, there's a yabby. There's a tiny one, it's like that big. He's crawling towards me. I don't know if I caught that on video, but just had a really, really big rumble of thunder. So this might be able to get really aesthetic, mate. I'd really like if it rained, but that would also be a huge pain for my steak and cooking that. Leech check. Looks pretty good to me. All right, time to dry off without a towel. And the fire is dead. I just fell asleep for like 2 hours. I was so comfy. I think it's the combination of being really hot, having a massive feed, and then having a swim just puts you straight to sleep. And the hammock was so comfy with the underquilt. Anyway, got the fire going again. I need a little bit more wood for the night, which I'll grab from the waterfall now. Tell you what though, having the ambience of this and then the river trickling next to me down there, oh, that's a recipe for a deep sleep. Might put some of this bigger stuff on right now to start generating some hot coals. These types of boards are really good when it gets rainy because they can allow you to protect the fire like that, whilst also generating some hot coals themselves, and they'll crumble down into the fire. Yummy! And then on the side we've got some tomatoes and and avocado. That's all you need. Those three things are all you need to be happy. Oof, that was a lot of oil. I want to shuffle everything over. Oop, that was not what I wanted to do. All right. All right, let's cut into this and see how badly I've done this. Ooh, look at all that blood coming out. That looks excellent. All right. Avocado. Yum. I love avocado. I've been absolutely smashing avocado lately. I have it with every single meal except breakfast. They're cheap. They're good for you. Especially for me because I'm so skinny. It's a good source of fat, so I can kind of keep myself from turning into a skeleton without too much effort. And then last but not least, we'll just sprinkle in a few tomato. I mean, screw it, we'll just do all of them. I love tomato. Ooh, their first bite. All right. Well, I won't film myself eating the whole meal, so I'll shut off the camera now, and then I'll probably speak to you briefly before heading to bed. Doing the dishes now. I've got my plate sitting on the coals just to loosen all of the oil and boil it a bit. While I was washing my cutlery in the river, just started having these gentle raindrops come through the canopy. I think the rain is on the way now. I think I'm gonna wrap things up there. I love lying on forks and knives. It was a good little trip. I'm keen for the hammock tonight. Hopefully just the underquilt is enough. I was really warm in it earlier. It's about 7:30 now and still really warm, so might be in for a comfortable night. Anyway, I will hop into bed and I might see you later. Morning. I am very cold. My top half was fine the whole night. It's just my legs. Couldn't get them warm. I had to keep tucking them up into like a fetal position to get a bit of warmth from my chest onto them. I slept surprisingly well through the cold though, so that was nice. There was absolutely tons of glowworms. I tried to take photos, but the GoPro's just hopeless. It was crazy. At one point I looked out over the hammock in the night and I felt really disoriented because like the night sky was like eye level. I was like, what's going on? And then I started to focus and realize it was just hundreds of glowworms all over the waterfall. It was really cool. Anyway, it's been raining all night. Nothing too heavy, just drops, but enough to be annoying now. Hasn't stopped. I've tried to sleep in and sleep through the rain, but it's not going anywhere, so it's time to pack up in a cold, rainy rainforest and trot out of here. Alright, well, I'll wrap things up here. Thanks for watching until the end, and I will see you later, whenever that may be.